Good morning. It is the 6th day of April 2017. Let's go over the Bitcoin charts. There will be no silver video today because it's got to go up or down and break its resistance level. It's doing nothing. Well, maybe there'll be a silver video because maybe something will happen today, but I'm not expecting it. But if it does, I'll post one. As far as a crypto video is concerned, I've only got one topic, and I'm going to talk about later, not in this video, about how Ethereum and Bitcoin had totally different highs on the 31st of March. I'm going to explain that, but I got nothing else to talk about right now. But I'm sure as the hours go on, something will come up. So then let's talk about this chart. Its current phase is just breaking out of this 18 average of closes. The pattern's been making these higher highs, higher lows, definition of uptrend. Another definition of uptrend is an uptrend line. I can't draw a straight line, but at least on the logarithmic chart, it is finding support. I think on the linear chart it is not, but within this, doing such. And the key is when it leaves this 18 average of closes in its trend, the bull market going higher, then as you see it leaving, that's when you can expect some nice day or days to occur as it usually extends the new high. And even if it doesn't, there was one case that has a good move. Let's take a look at it here. It leaves the band, major move or decent move here. Then it leaves the band. It makes a lower high, but it still has an okay move, and it did hold its correctionary phase. After leaving this correctionary phase, decent move. Leaving this correctionary phase, decent move. Again, and it looks like again coming into play. I really do like this 18 average band. I'm not a fan of moving averages. But when I include this front-weighted 18 average of lows, highs, and I liked how the closes look on this, then that's what I prefer to use. When I'm using freestockcharts.com, which I really never use, I can put the 18 average of highs, 18 average of lows, and to me it helps determine where the correctionary trends happen to be, and so on and so forth. So a conservative level is that it should make a move to its previous high, but I would expect high probability on a reach of such that it would either do one of two things, either one, continue further, or more likely have some sort of higher low pullback, probably at or towards the band is, and then higher from there. That would be my expectation as it stands right now. Let's move this on to the daily chart. Why anyone would be short right now, I don't know. And here, even down in here, and even in here, I can kind of understand that because the trend was going down, the trend was correcting, and then after this correctionary move with about 4 or so days inside, you have an uptick to get out of the 18 average, 2 consolidation days at the average, a breakout from it where you're establishing resistance, 1163 question mark. No, it wasn't that because it has broken that high. And it didn't come back to this band. That's what I'm looking for on reversal of trend. 18 average is flat. You make a level to establish resistance and come back to the band. Now it has barely broken the highs from a couple days ago as of now. And it can still maybe even stop now or go barely higher and then come back down. And there's your move that I'm looking for. But you're going to have to be a little serious that this thing is going to break out above this range and go a little bit higher. I have a decent up target of 1286 from this high and this low. That's how I like to calculate Fibonacci upside. Is I take a key high, and then after it moves to a key low, which is in here, then I take the high divided by the low to the power of 1.618. In this case, it's 1286. But if I shorten out the time frame to the hourly, I'm not going to put the chart up because it's not needed. What's needed is the fact that this high is important, as is this 1100 low. So we'll do the exact same calculation. This number is 1163. This number is 1111. This divided by this to the exponent of 1.618, multiply this 1111, gives me a new price target of 1196. So very short term, I would be expecting a move at least to this point. Continuing further, obviously if markets continue to go higher, then there's going to be a decent day. Let's put it that way. If it's not holding as resistance, and it's going to be a decent update to like well past 1230. If it does resist, then this is the first short-term area you're looking to correct from. And if the message of the market holds, then just keep a bullish front within the point. But if it doesn't, that's when we will now be talking about, okay, it's established resistance. It's back to this band. Now let's take it out as far as to make the trend go over. In the weird, rare situation that it comes back down, maybe something's still going to happen with the fork. I don't even know how that's working out or anything else. Then that's the obvious failed breakout. But that is the rare situation when you're looking at this. It does seem as if this 18 average is, at least for the first test, is probably going to hold and extend something later on. And again, just like on the weekly chart I talked about the break of the band, the leaving of such. Well, here's the leaving of it here now. This was the leaving of it at this stage. This was the leaving of it going down in here. This was a spot where it left it here, but noticed it didn't hurt you going down. It just corrected normally. It left it here. It left it here. It left it here. So when you leave these bands, of course this one doesn't count because it was neutral at the time. But when you leave a downtrend line like you do here, you can expect big red candles. And when you leave an uptrend one going up, you can expect big green candles. Thank you for tuning in, and take care.